Yeah.
Face.
All right. Like I said, Casey, what I do in this interviews is not. I don't make money out of it. I just want to hear people's story so I can share it in the Las Vegas community. People's fitness story, athletes, trainers, coaches, boxers, any type of people that is in Vegas that we can share your story with the 702 community on my YouTube platform and on Instagram. I don't have a big following. Hopefully I do one day, and hopefully this is the first interview of you. Someday you might be one of the greatest athlete in calisthenic community, and I'm gonna hold on to this like a diamond. Ooh. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Casey Johnson. I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada. I don't even know how I would really introduce myself.
How old are you?
I'm 28 years old. Went to high school at Bonanza, right down the street.
What year?
Graduated from there.
What year you grad?
2011.
2011.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Are you currently working?
Yeah, I work at a transportation company right now, currently as a tire technician. Yep.
Nice. Okay. First question. Uh, Eventually, this is a fitness workout. I mean, fitness interview. You do work out, don't you?
Yep, constantly.
Okay. What is fitness to you?
Man, fitness is a big thing. There's lots of fitness, but if I were to narrow it down, I would say that calisthenics is definitely artwork throughout the body. And so learning all the different moves is just an artwork for me. You know, it's therapeutical. It's just, there's so much to it. There really
All right.
is. There's my fitness stems down back when I was in middle school. I started skateboarding. With skateboarding, you would learn like individual tricks like the kick flip and the tray flip, 180, 360, all that stuff. And so I kind of correlate that into calisthenics by learning the push-up and learning the pull-ups. And now, especially with LV Bar Stars, focusing more on burpees is a good one. And then especially the muscle up is one of my favorite moves. But all sorts of different calisthenics moves are really like tricky and can be techy. So that's what kind of makes it fun for me. Like it's just fun.
All right. So after you started skateboarding, did you do any kind of other type of fitness like lifting weights?
No, not lifting weights. I did skateboard for a long time. It was like 12 years on and off. By the time I hit 18 is when my buddy introduced me to rock climbing here at Calico Basin next to Red Rocks. Is one of the best rock climbing areas actually in the entire world. They call it the Red Rock Climbing Center of the world. Right there is you have close to like 150 plus climbs within a mile radius. So I was rock climbing. So going back to like individual tricks from skateboarding, when I got into rock climbing, I loved doing that. It was very body weight natural, and it was climbing the individual routes and learning the different moves and tech. And so all of it really stems down to back what I said. You know, all this stuff is an artwork throughout the body. You can use your body as a form of artwork and express the kind of person you are and express the style of fitness, and really you can show who you are with what you do.
All right. Take me back on after rock climbing. What introduced you to calisthenics?
I think I was living in New Mexico at the time, and nobody introduced me to calisthenics, but I was big into social media at the time. And so I remember following different pages and different this and that. And my calisthenic career, or I started doing it about 6 years ago, back when my girl got pregnant. And, you know, there's reasons on why you do stuff. And, you know, I wanted to be a superhero for my son. So I remember on Instagram, I would see certain moves like the front lever and planche and really techie static moves. And that's what caught my eye first. Those were really inspiring to me. I still can't fully get them to this day because I've been focusing on a lot of other things. But seeing those static moves was really the base of me getting into calisthenics. And then I knew that in order to do those moves, you got to do the basics. So then I just started working out. I actually got a gym membership. I don't currently go to the gym, but I did go to the gym for the first portion of the year. And it was funny. I was one of those classic dudes that would go to the gym and just basically do calisthenics. I maybe did a little bit of weights, but I was never really into it. I'm such a natural person that, you know, doing those body weight exercises really fell into my lap. So
So in calisthenics, so you do more. You know how there's different style of calisthenics. There's freestyles. There's reps and set, and what's the other one?
dynamics.
Dynamics.
Yeah.
So you started first dynamics before anything.
Well, I mean, I think what I learned is that there's truly 4 different categories. There's reps and sets.
Okay.
There's weighted reps and sets.
That's right. Weighted.
There's dynamics where you're spinning on the bar doing 360s, and that you get a lot of people correlate that into gymnastics, swinging on the bar. But
not freestyle. That ain't freestyle.
That's freestyle. Dynamics is freestyle. What caught my eye is statics.
Statics.
Static
That's the one I was looking for.
Is where you're holding a handstand, where you're holding the planche, holding the front lever. It's just getting into one position and holding that position for as long as you can, if it's possible to hold that position. Those are really high athlete type moves, high elite moves, if you will.
So, statics calisthenics is what got you interested into doing
definitely
that type of calisthenics or fitness, right?
Statics caught my eye, and it still catches my eye to this day. As far as all of it goes, and when I see a static move online, that still is, to me, like eye candy, if you will.
All right. So in the Las Vegas community, the LV Bar Stars community, you do work out as reps and sets. So after the static, how did you get into reps and sets?
Well, I remember my first good routine that I did. It was a classic one. I used to do EMOMs a lot. I would go to the gym, and I had a really strong pulling game because I was doing rock climbing. That's a lot of pulling. And when I got into it, my pull game was already strong, so I would do this EMOM, 20-minute EMOM. I'd do 10 pull-ups every minute for 20 minutes, 200 pull-ups in 20 minutes. And I remember doing that for like practically like a year straight. That was one of my mains. And then from there, I just started breaking off into it, doing EMOMs. Because when you do an EMOM, it's very structured. You hear the beep, you hear the buzzer, and you got to go into your next set. And so that's what makes it really structured. I never really got into the routines that we do now. Routines was probably 3 to 4 years in is when I started. But year 1, year 2, I was trying to do statics, but that was really difficult. So I definitely just did the basics. The basics, 10 sets of 10 pull-ups and push-ups. I remember doing dip bars. And then I would add a little bit of weight to it as well. I would basically do pull-ups, push-ups, dips, and I never really did burpees in my first couple years of working out ever. That's something that's definitely interesting because that's an overlooked move that LV Bar Star does.
Okay. So after reps and sets, I noticed that you started doing comps. What was your first comp? Which event?
My first calisthenic comp was actually here at this park on May 1st, Bar Olympics. 2021 is when I first started competing. My first comp. That was an amazing one, really.
And how was that experience?
It was good. It was good. My dad came out, stepmom came out. All the homies were here. It was really fun.
You took first place?
Yeah, I took first place.
On overall reps?
Yeah, overall reps.
What else?
I took first place in the weighted pull-ups, the longest handstand, where I do a lot of handstands, so that's been carrying out. Then I did most squats, and then most pull-ups.
Did you win in weighted as well? You said weighted
pull-ups, right? So it's handstands, weighted pull-ups. Then we did the
muscle-ups.
The comp. Nah, the homie from Venice Beach took muscle-ups from me, which it's funny because I was doing a lot of muscle-ups, and so I wanted to win the muscle-up challenge. I didn't win it, didn't get it. Homie, I forget his name. I Oh, that'll come back to me in a little bit. But
Start with an N. I forgot what it was.
One of our good friends from
Yes.
Venice Beach took that. Venice Beach came out and supported, and yeah, it was a good one. But the overall first place.
And what was your next comp after that?
My next comp was in San Francisco, Bar Gods comp. It was
CBL?
CBL, the summer game.
You took any medals in that one?
No medals, but I remember whenever I didn't win the muscle ups in the first comp, when this comp came up, I was training muscle ups heavy, so I didn't do too well in the first portion of the comp, but I did win muscle ups.
So you did win muscle ups in CBL.
Yeah.
And this is in 2021 as well?
Yeah, I did 5 comps in 2021, right? So what's funny about the CBL too, I want to put this on record too, the mindset of what I was going into with CBL, I was gunning for the overall, the main event. I was gunning for the main event. In my mindset, I was thinking that I was going to conquer in the main event, and I went in a little bit cocky. But I thought somebody was honestly going to come in for muscle ups and wipe me out. But it turns out we did the competition, and it was the exact opposite. I got wiped out in the main event, but then I sweeped the muscle ups. Really good.
Your third event, Venice?
Yeah.
And you took medals in Venice?
Right, I did 4 comps in 2021. Right, Venice Beach was probably my favorite comp so far. I won 3 medals. I broke all 3 records at Venice Beach. I did the most pull-ups for 42. I did the most push-ups for 122. And then I did the most muscle-ups by getting 20, which the muscle-ups was good. For the past 4 years, they told me somebody won with muscle-ups by hitting 16 every single year. It's been 16 the number, and I broke that number by hitting 20. That's been my best comp so far.
And then what was after Venice?
That after Venice was in December. Venice was in August, so in December I went to San Diego. That's Celos's comp, but it was not Bay Area in the bars. He had his comp out in San Diego called the Calisthenic Games, and I think it was the first Calisthenic Games. He'll be doing the next another one probably this year. And so that one was no routines. It was all max outs, right? So we did longest dead hangs, longest ring support holds. That was an interesting comp because you had, I think, 6 events, and you had to place top 3 in each event to get a point. So if you placed first, you get 3 points, second 2 points, third 1 point. So you try all the events and you accumulate the points. So it's no rep count, it's a point count, right? So first was dead hang, or first was ring support hold, then it was dead hang, then it was I think squats into burpees, into push-ups, into pull-ups. So yes, I took that one.
What's that, like an overall as well?
No, that one was like you gotta take placement points.
Oh, placement points.
So say you do the push-ups. Everybody goes on push-ups. If you get second place on push-ups, you get 2 points, and that's added to your score. Third place is 1 point, while getting first place in it is 3 points to your score. So on that one, I took 3 medals home. I got longest dead hang, I got most burpees, and then most squats. So that right there is 9 points. And then I think I did really good in the other 3, getting 1 to 2 points in them. And so that's how I took overall. And a little shout out to our boy Zeke. He didn't place in any of them first place, but he was getting scores on get third and second, and he got second place.
Wow.
Little overlooked there. I liked how Zeke did it.
Wow.
That was interesting.
Nice. And you did, what was your, that was the 4 comps of 2021, right?
Yep, did 4 comps in 2021.
And then you just did one recently.
Yes.
And that was Bay Area Calisthenics?
Bay Area in the Bars, Volume 4, just like 3 weeks ago, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you took first place again?
Yeah, first place again. This one was a battle against me and Matt. Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good one. Nice.
What's really good is the max dips. I think max dips, somebody got like 42 or 44. My max dips was 69, which is a good number.
Nice. So I see all your comps you did was in the West Coast. You look forward to do any comps in the East Coast?
I don't know. We'll see. I feel like I'm just going to stay in the West Coast for now. I don't know. I know Amber's giving me a shout out or two going to do her bar wars, I think is what it's called, the one-on-one battles or whatnot.
Yes.
I think I definitely do want to go to the East Coast for sure, but I want to, definitely establish something here on the West Coast, get stronger, and I don't know. I really got to figure out some recovery, good recovery, in order to get stronger, in order to go out there and really do that.
All right, so that's nice. Knowing that you're winning all these comps, I'm gonna try not to keep this interview too long. Give a short weekly routine you do. Like, how many days a week do you work out?
I don't know. That's a tough one for me because I usually go by how my body is. If my body is super fresh, let's say we start on a Sunday, I'm gonna say, well, I come out here with the class, and we do good routines, a hard workout, and I really strain my body out. If I'm sore on Monday, and I notice when I wake up how I feel. That's when I think about what I do in the day. So if I wake up and I'm super sore, I know that I need to rest the body. So I don't do it. But if I wake up and I'm not sore, then I'll be thinking about a routine I want to do. And maybe it's a muscle up routine or something. Lately, I was doing statics after the comps last year, and I wasn't going to do any real routine workouts for 2022. But man, Bay Area and the bars got me hyped back up, and so I want to go back to CBL. I know Vegas is having a competition. When Venice comes out, they got a competition. So I'm going to be getting on top of routines, and so it's not a certain set day that I work out, but I definitely work out maybe 3 to 4 days a week, give or take. I really try to concentrate on a lot of water. The diet, I think, is one of the most single-handedly most important things you can do within your body. And then, yeah, I just listen to my body and,
How many hours per session in your workouts?
Between 1 to 2.
1 to 2 hours?
Between 1 to 2.
Okay. You might. This question you might be all related. What gives you that drive to work out, to be the best athlete, for therapeutic reason, or you just love it?
I have fallen into a deep love with it.
You love.
But I think where it really stems down from back in the day, before I even was skateboarding, I remember I was into video games. And so I was real competitive in video games. And I think that's where I got a competitive drive from somewhere. So, and then I took that into skateboarding. And I remember playing games of skate with people all the time. And I was always trying to just be the best and do the best. And then into rock climbing, I actually competed a couple times in rock climbing. I won a couple there. And it was just, I've just been super competitive. Now for fitness, I've had different goals. My original goal for fitness is I wanted to be a superhero for my son. Another goal is to have that I was doing it for a certain area was to really get shredded and bigger in the chest area and have a better physique, if you will. And now it's more like since 2021 hit and all those comps, I'm working out more for muscle endurance, not for looks and not for strength, but more for power and endurance. There's all sorts of reasons you can have for working out. My reasons change all the time, really. I might have a different reason next year.
What's the most pull-ups you did unbroken without letting go of the bar?
I think at Venice Beach. Venice Beach, I did 42. Now, will it count? I know at Venice Beach, I think I cranked about 30.
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't let go of the bar, but I one-arm dead hang. Does that count?
What
do you think?
That according to Venice, that counts to Venice.
Right.
But I mean, I don't think that's easy to do.
That comes.
I don't think that's easy.
That comes back to my rock climbing days, just having strong forearms, being able to crank out a bunch of pull-ups, and then you can one-arm dead hang.
Do you have a goal in pull-ups that you want to hit still, or that you're working towards?
At Venice Beach with the one-arm dead hang, I want to hit 50. That's one of my goals.
Okay, how about push-ups? What's the most push-ups you did unbroken?
Still, all the unbroken ones are all at Venice Beach.
Are you trying to break that record again?
Yeah, I want to hit a 150.
150?
I want to hit a 150. Definitely. I've seen it be done for 200. 200, it takes about 10 minutes, probably under 10 minutes. But within a good time, whenever they have the comp, it's probably in a couple months. I want to hit 150.
All right. And how old are you again, Casey?
28.
28. All right. So next question. I have maybe 2 more questions. If somebody's watching this and they want that same motivation, what's a good encouragement you would give a person that either they're just not motivated, they're lazy, they don't have that drive? What's a good encouragement that you can share with someone who's watching this video?
It's interesting. I'm not sure where I get it from. I could have the David Goggins talk and just say you need to get fired up and go after it, or I could be like Simon Sinek and say you need to start with the why. But as far as motivation, you just have to find it within yourself to find your own goals. I don't know. That's a tough one. Like I'm definitely super goal oriented, and if someone's not goal oriented, I don't know. I'm such a trainer for myself. It's hard for me to get into like a training mode for somebody else. I don't know. I don't know. You might have to edit that part out.
Nah. It's all right.
Bro.
Nah, that's good.
It's just a fire.
Nah, that's good. Nah, that's good. So, last one. You have any social network platform?
No social media.
Do you feel that social media is a, how you say it?
Hindrance?
Yes.
No, I don't think so. It depends on who you are. Like, I just know who I am. I used to be on Instagram a lot. For 6 years, I was on it tough. And it just depends on how you use it. It's a business builder. It can be a social network expander. The only reason I got with LV Bar Stars is through Instagram. I contacted Cisco through the page, and it's like about half of the reason I moved back down here is to get here with the group. But the reason I got off Instagram is because there's, as far as all the good you can get off of it, there's a lot of bad you can get from it too. I'm an addictive type of person. Going back to your last question, like where does the drive and motivation come from? I'm an addictive person. I really am. And I try to get addicted to the more positive stuff. So I got rid of social media to get rid of the addiction towards always pulling out your phone and always looking and always recording. As far as a hindrance, no, it can and it can't. It depends. It depends on if you let it get in the way. But I do feel like personally it helped me with a lot of things getting rid of it, for sure. But I don't recommend that for all people. I really don't. It's all on the type of person.
All right. Well, so you're looking forward to do more comps this year, right?
Yeah.
And you feel you're gonna take more trophies home this year?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. What's the date today?
Today's the 30th. March 30th.
Right, literally in 1 month. There will be what's our comp called? What's your comp?
Vegas Strong.
Vegas Strong comp. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, I look forward for another interview soon, maybe in the end of this year. I really appreciate this interview. One more thing, if somebody wanted to come work out with you or learn some tips from you, where they can find you at?
You can find me here at the park. I'm right here. Maybe not this park specifically, but you can find me at different parks.
So some days you're here on Sundays on
you can find me
LV
here.
Bar Star workouts?
Yeah,
some
LV
days
Bar
you're
Star
here?
Workouts, yes.
All right, Casey. Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
All right.
Peace.